In the year 1952, two nuns are walking down a dark passage towards a door that claims, "God ends here," at the Carta Monastery in Romania. Sister Victoria, the younger nun, starts praying as the elder nun goes through the door looking for some kind of artifact. The elder nun appears, injured, telling Victoria to go before she gets pulled back into the darkness. Victoria rushes towards a window while the attacker, the demon nun Valak, moves slowly but slowly. Victoria asks God's forgiveness before jumping and hanging herself. A guy named Frenchie discovers her decomposing body some years later. The Vatican officials learn of Victoria's suicide, which is considered as the ultimate sin. They enlist Father Anthony Burke to conduct an investigation. He seeks out Sister Irene, a young novitiate who is now working as a teacher for young girls. They get together to go out to find Frenchie so he can take them to where he discovered Victoria's body. The three travel to the Abbey, where Frenchie directs Burke and Irene to the icebox where Victoria's body was deposited. Frenchie notices that Victoria is sitting up, despite the fact that he left her body lying down. Burke pries Victoria's fingers open and finds the key in her hand. They then take her body to bury her properly. While walking back toward the Abbey, Burke notices fresh blood on the steps where Frenchie found Victoria's body. They then enter the chapel but are unable to enter the Abbey. They meet the abbess, who informs them that they are engaging in a vow of silence for Victoria and may enter the next day. Burke and Irene go to their rooms as Frenchie leaves. He walks past the dark woods and sees what looks like Victoria walking through the woods. He follows her and is attacked by a demon nun. Frenchie picks up a cross from the ground and walks away with it. Irene tells Burke about a series of visions she experienced as a child, all of which ended with her hearing the phrase, "Mary points the way." Burke then recalls an incident in France in which he was summoned to exorcise a young boy named Daniel that had been possessed. Despite Burke's efforts, the boy sustained fatal injuries from the exorcism, and Burke has been racked with guilt ever since. Burke is awakened later that night by the sound of music. He goes out into the woods and sees what appears to be a demonic version of Daniel. The vision comes to life and pushes Burke into a coffin before an unholy force buries him alive, leaving him with a bell to ring. Irene also wakes up and wanders the chapel before she sees Valak in the mirror trying to attack her. She runs outside and hears Burke ringing the bell. Soon, several bells around graves begin to ring, but Irene finds Burke's coffin and begins to dig him out. Before she can reach him, demon hands begin to pull at him, but Irene manages to free him. Inside the coffin,